I'm Koby Shavit. I was the president CEO of Discovery Air, which is a specialty aviation group based in Canada, but active globally in 3 continents, 7 countries. And my interface with Synergy was, as the president of CEO, I brought Synergy to the company, and hopefully we're going to talk about it.
Okay, great. All right, thank you, and welcome, of course. So just a couple of very quick questions. So number one, what were your thoughts about why you wanted to bring Synergy in? What were you going after? What were the things that were at issue or challenges that you saw could be addressed?
Well, the company Discovery Air, when I arrived, was what I called company in confusion. They had a very big potential, but not a good plan, not a good vision, and not good leadership. And I thought that besides showing and working on a new vision, on goals, and on the way I want to lead the company, I needed to shake much more than that and go deep into how people are working, how people are part of the company, how they interact with each other, and also I would say work on their motivation much more than just bonus motivation or title motivation, but more on like embarking them into what we are going to do, because I was going to do a lot of changes. So I experienced myself before that, the different courses in Synergy education, and talked to you, Peter, and to Angel about the Synergy business. And I thought that this is the language that I need to introduce into my company. These are the discipline, these are the ideas that I would like to. And I thought that the combination of those and the potential of the company together would be a good thing.
Great. And then through the course of programs that we executed inside of Discovery Air, what would you say were some of the impact that you observed, either on leadership, teamwork, obviously the human capital, but what were the things that you observed?
Right. So I would say my best analogy is to say that and it worked for me, myself, as the leader of the group, but also to the leaders and all the analogy I'm using is leading with your EQ based on your IQ. So you have your IQ as your ammunition, as your basic skill, but you're leading with your EQ. Mm. And so this is the analogy. That's the shortest way for me to say it. And then the value that was created in the group is the language that was created, in parentheses, for example, above the line, below the line, and all those that people start talk the lingo of EQ, the lingo of communication between people, not necessarily only goals and numbers. The communication, the openness, or the consideration were tools that were not necessarily emphasized before that. So both in me and in the other people, I saw people much more open, much more considerate, much more communicating, much more appreciating the group work and the atmosphere versus just let's do the number and get the bonus. And so, not surprisingly, it created way more result than the system before. The company flourished after the new tool were seeded into the group.
Well, that's powerful. And obviously that's what every CEO wants ultimately. So it's not just a feel-good thing. It's really about impacting. And the last question that I would have is, on the more personal note, what did you observe shifted in your own management style or your own sense of leadership? What did you implement there?
So I think you guys know me. I was, even before Synergy, I was a CEO that takes care of its people, and I was a listener. But here comes the big but. Even me, that I think I was taking care of my people and I was a listener, it helped me a lot in the interaction with my people to be part of this drill that we did together. It was more like, from now on, join me in where we're going, and not here are the goals. Let's do the goals.
That's great.
So this was the nuance, like, join me in the road that we're going to march together or walk together, versus here is a lift as the goal, go and do it.
Love it. I love it. Okay, that's great. All right, cool.